welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica, and today I'm looking a little crazy with this makeup. I've had some requests lately to do interesting combinations for my makeup, and this is my yellow and purple combination. Yeah, just stepping outside the box, but you know what? It's all panning products. Yes. So that leads me to this video. Today is an updated version of a panning tips and tricks. I did this one over a year ago. It might have been almost 2 years now. I can't remember when I posted that last one, but it's been a long time. So I thought, let's get on here, let's update it. I have learned some things since then. I've changed my mind about some things since then. And, you know, I have grown as a panner, and so I just want to share with you some of the things that work for me. They may not work for you, they may not work for everybody, but these are things that work for me. I get a lot of people asking me all the time how I pan so much stuff, how I can do so many projects and stuff like that. I'll be out in a minute, baby. My kids are always trying to interrupt me. But anyway, this is what works for me. Hopefully some of these tips or tricks will help you in your panning journey. And yeah, let's get into them. They're in no particular order. I just have kind of like a bunch of stuff on here, and I'm just gonna, you know, fly by the seat of my pants like I always do. So the first thing, and I will stick by this, I'm pretty sure I said this in my last video, this is the #1 thing. Use your products. Use them consistently, use them regularly. You cannot expect to pan an eyeshadow and only use it 1 or 2 times a week. It's just not going to pan itself that way. If you want to pan your eyeshadow, use it every single day. If you don't wear makeup every single day, use it every day that you wear makeup. And I know many of us pan multiple eyeshadows at a time or whatever. I'm just using eyeshadows as an example. Just use as many of those as you can on a regular basis. So, my next tip is to only use your project items. And I mean, like, for me, I have many projects going, so I can rotate my stuff and I'm always working on a project item. But I do not generally go outside of what I have in projects unless I just don't have that particular product. Like when I ran out of face primer that was in a project, I, you know, went outside of my panning project because I just didn't have a face primer in any project. So if I'm trying to pan a blush and a highlighter, I'm going to stick with that blush and the highlighter that is in my panning project, and I'm not going to use one of my 67 other blushes or highlighters that is not in a project, because that's going to take usage away from what is in a project. Not that I have 67 blushes, but y'all know what I mean. Yeah, stick with what's in your project and you will get it done. All right, this is something that works for me, and I think it should work for everyone, is definitely you want to narrow your focus. By that I mean, supposing you have 2 blushes in projects, I would normally tell people to pick 1 blush at a time to work on, finish that blush, and then work on the other one. I don't always do that because I know my own panning style and I know how it all works out in the end. But for someone, especially that is newer to panning or has a lighter hand, definitely just focus on 1 product at a time. It will be so much easier to make progress on 1 product than it would be 2, 3, 4, 5 products. So just kind of narrow your focus as much as you can. I do that by doing my weekly makeup baskets, where for that given week, whatever is in my basket, that is all that I'm going to use. And I know that those products that are in my basket are the ones that are going to get good usage for that particular week. Some products, they go in my basket week after week after week because I only have 1 of that type of item in any project. So that is a good way to narrow your focus. If you have multiple projects, create a basket each week and just pick specific products that you want to focus on for that week. All right. I have itchy nose. This is kind of goes along what I had just said about narrowing your focus. Do not put too many of duplicate products into your panning projects. You don't want 5 blushes and 3 highlighters and, 12 mascaras. I mean, who would do that really? Who would open 12 mascaras at a time? But y'all know what I mean. You do not want to narrow, or you don't want to spread your focus out too much by having too many of a certain number of things that you're trying to pan at one time. It's just not going to work. Especially if those products are products like a blush that take a long time to pan. It's never a good idea, especially if you're very light-handed, to try to pan too many of those at the same time. Like lipsticks, I know me, I can't put too many lipsticks in a project. Even if they're in different projects, I can't pan too many lipsticks at one time. One, because I'm not really a lipstick girl, and two, because those are things that take me personally a long time to pan. Some people, they pan those like they're going out of style. I don't know how y'all do it. You must have like the most beautiful, voluptuous lips. I got these tiny little things right here, and yeah, lipstick's not my jam. So I usually only pan make 2 or 3 lipsticks at a time max, and those are in year-long projects. I don't ever put lipsticks in short-term projects. Not gonna happen. All right, moving on to the next one that is on my sheet. And again, these are in no particular order. I just kind of, as they popped into my head, I just threw them on my spreadsheet. And this is something that I love to do. I actually learned this from the queen herself, Amber F. She is my panning queen. Multitask your products. Yes, I said it, and I believe in it. I live it. I absolutely multitask my products. I have an eyeshadow that is on my eyes, is also on my lips right now. I do, don't have it today, but frequently I will use a brown eyeshadow as an eyeshadow, like for my crease or my outer V. I will set my eyeliner with it. I will do my brows with it. I've used it as contour. I've used brown eyeshadows, like warmer brown eyeshadows, as a bronzer. I've used eyeshadows as blush. You can do like a full face of eyeshadow. You really can, except for the whole mascara thing. Though, Amanda does this thing with eyeshadow and her mascara. I can't make it work for me, but good on her, because I like it when she does it. I can't make it work for me, because it would be all under here. But I mean, props to her for being able to multitask it that way. But that being said, you can definitely multitask your products and just get them done faster that way. Again, it goes back to narrowing your focus. If you're working on a brown eyeshadow, just use it wherever you can. If what you're working on is a bronzer, you can use that as an eyeshadow. You can use that in your brows if it's not too warm or too light. Just find ways to multitask things. I know a lot of people will use like lipsticks as a cream blush. I haven't tried it yet, though I'm kind of intrigued by it. I just haven't found the color that I like, but I digress. Just any kind of product that you could possibly think of, there is probably a way to multitask that one. All right, moving on. This one is something that I live by because I get bored incredibly easy. Get creative. Definitely get creative. And you can get creative by multitasking. You can just get creative by using the same products in a different way each time. Obviously, I have lipstick. I have eyeshadow on my lips. This is a Jelly Much shadow from ColourPop, and I want to say it is No Rest for the Vivid. I have it just tapped over top of my other lipstick, but I would use it as a blush because it's, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. It's like a blue shift to it, even though it's a pink shadow. It definitely has like a blue shift to it. I would probably use something like that as like a highlighter or something. I don't know. I just think that if you get creative and you use your products in a different way each time, then you won't get so bored with it. Like, I can't personally pan a look. I give props to anyone that can, because you see a lot more progress faster if you pan a look. I've never been that girl because I get so bored so fast. So usually what I will try to do is, say I have, 5 shadows that I'm trying to work on, I will make sure 2 of those 5 shadows I use every single day in some manner. Whether it's something that I can use in my crease, set my eye primer with, those 2 shadows have to be used every single day. And the other shadows that I put with those 2 is kind of fair game. As long as they're from a painting project, I can mix it up that way. So that way I know that I'm always getting progress on those 2 shadows, where the other ones get a little bit of usage, but they keep me from getting bored if I'm not using the same one every single day. Hope that makes sense to you guys. All right, this is another one I live by. You guys know that I live by. This is like my motto. When in doubt, franken it out. Yes, I strongly believe in the franken. It is not for everyone. It is not for everyone. It is totally for me. I do not like to waste anything. I don't like to be a wasteful person in any way, shape, or form in any part of my life. And if I have a product that it has not gone bad or anything like that, doesn't break me out or, you know, cause problems in any way, just maybe I don't quite like the formula, or I don't quite like the color payoff or the color, blue eyeshadow, anyone? Yeah, I will franken it. I will make it work for me. And usually I can franken it to a color or a formula by mixing different formulas to where I actually will like the product and want to use it. So nothing gets wasted that way. So if you don't 100% like something, or if you don't even like 80% like something, just change it a little bit. Just tweak it a little bit, and you might find that you actually like what you create a little bit more or a lot bit more than the original product. So don't be afraid to franken. All right, let's see. This one, I live by this too. It's all right here in front of me. Your painting products should be in plain sight. Everything that you're not working on as far as a painting project, put it away. I have like Alex drawers here under my desk, and if it is not in a painting project, they are tucked away in those drawers, and I have acrylic organizers on my vanity where I keep my painting products. And they're always the ones that I reach for first because they're right there. I can see them, and I can see what has a lot of progress on it, what doesn't, and I know what to reach for. And that comes with experience, and the longer you do it, the more you learn. And even though I've been painting forever, it seems like I've probably been painting 6, 7 years. Actually, I started painting before my son was born, and he will be 8 in 5 weeks. So yeah, it's been a long time. I just haven't always done it in social media, but I'm still learning things. Still learning things every single day, and that's a good thing. All right, moving on. So what's this next? Oh, when you're picking your project pan items, especially makeup, you want to pick things that will coordinate with one another. You don't want to do like a hot pink eyeshadow and a red lipstick. They'd be hard to wear together. Some people can pull that look off, and kudos to you. I'm not that girl, so I would never try to put products that would clash with one another. Pick stuff that would easily coordinate, like you can make a full face with, and it will be so much easier to pan that way. Just putting that out there. Also, don't pick hard products. I learned, I think it was 2 years ago, I am not a red lipstick girl, even though I'm working on some this year. If you're new to panning and you're not into wearing bold, bright red lips or hot pink lips or whatever, do not put those in a panning project. It's just not going to happen. I struggled so hard with a red lipstick, and I was unhappy the whole time I was panning it. It's not worth it. Pick stuff that you are comfortable with panning, comfortable with wearing on a day-to-day basis, and leave the hard stuff for that, you know, adding something in on a random basis. Like I am starting to do a bonus product in my basket each week, and one bonus product, and let that be like your extra pop of color or whatever. Don't pan it. Just don't do it, because you will struggle and then you'll get discouraged, and nobody wants that. All right, moving on to the next one. This one's important. Track your progress. So important. I wish I was better at this, but I've also gotten to a point where I don't know how, but I remember what things look like from the previous update. But I do track weights. I do put lines on things. For example, as I'm throwing things here, like these lines on something that will settle, you want to be able to see how much you've used. And then by doing something like this, you can say, oh, I've used this much product. I can kind of calculate how long this is going to take me. So if you do put your marks on there for something like that, or you track your weights, or there's just so many different ways that you can do it. Taking pictures, if it's a product that you can hit pan on, take pictures. You may not think you're making much progress, but when you go back and look at your original picture and compare it to what your product looks like today, 6 months has passed and you don't think you've made a lot of progress, but then you see, oh, wow, I barely had baby pan in this picture, but right now I've got side pan. So maybe your product's not done, but you're making a lot of progress, and having those pictures is a good visual reminder that you have come a long way, even if you had forgotten just where you started. So definitely hold yourself accountable. Post stuff on Instagram, because that picture is going to stay there, and you can go back and say, oh, this was posted on such and such date, and yeah, I actually do have a lot of progress since then, and it can encourage others as well. So definitely track your progress and hold yourself accountable that way. It's going to help you. Trust me, it's going to help you. All right, next is for goals, pardon me, for products that are harder to use, say a blush or a bronzer or highlighter, things that take a little bit longer to use, set a goal for it. Don't say, oh, I'm going to finish this, and then you put it in a 3-month project, knowing full well that you cannot pan a full-size blush in 3 months. It's just not possible. You want to set a goal to use it enough to clear off the embossing or whatever on it, just to hit pan or something like that. Set a goal. Don't try to finish every single product, especially in short-term projects. It's not going to happen. So yeah, just be realistic when you're doing that. Another thing that I like to do, and a lot of experienced panners like to do, is put in products that aren't necessarily brand new. Something that is a gimme product is what we call it, something that has a lot of use on it, or it's a size of a product, like a deluxe size that isn't going to take as long as a full-size product, so that you have some variance in when you're going to finish things. Put something in that you can finish in a month, something that you can finish in 2 months or whatever. And that way you're always seeing some progress on something, you're always finishing something, and you feel more accomplished and motivated when you actually have like tangible evidence that you are panning and getting stuff done or getting stuff to a certain goal. Just put stuff in that, don't put everything in that's brand new and hard to use, because you will discourage yourself. All right, moving on. My camera's looking like it's going to overheat, so let's see. Oh, this is another one that I strongly believe in, clearly because I have a panning group, but whether it is on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, be a part of the community. Chat with people that are panning, follow people that are panning, whether it's on Instagram or YouTube. You really want to be able to talk with people to get their day-to-day tips and tricks. People may be panning the exact same product that you are working on and can give you ways to multitask it. Just, you want to talk it out with people, or watch people that can encourage you and give you suggestions, because again, I've been doing this forever, it seems like, and I still learn new things from different people every single day. So if you put yourself out there in the community, you're going to learn a lot from people. Just pay attention to like panning videos, panning Instagram, that kind of stuff, and you're gonna do pretty good, because you're gonna learn stuff. Trust me, you'll learn it. All right, let's see. This is something I need to remind myself, especially when I'm editing. When you have a product that needs to be repressed and you're not getting good even application on your brushes, repress it. Repress it as soon as you you feel like you truly need to repress it. Otherwise, if you're like me, you will avoid a product and be like, haven't had a chance to repress that yet, I'm not going to use it or whatever. And the longer you take to repress it, the longer till you finish that product. Where if you just repressed it and it was easier to use, you probably would already be finished it. So repress as soon as you feel that it's absolutely necessary, and get on with your product. My children are going nuts. All right. This is something that I wish I had done more of this year. Incorporate beauty products into your projects. Don't do just makeup. If you're doing multiple projects especially, put some skincare, hair care, body care in there. Mix it up a little, because if you're doing a ton of projects and you're only doing makeup, you kind of working with an uphill battle there. So just mix it up a little bit. Put some hair care, skincare, body care in there. It will make your life easier. It will. Another good thing to know is what your goals are as far as, can you hear those crazy kids? Your goals are for your collection, what you want to achieve out of project panning. If it's just something that you do for fun, if you have an end goal, figure that out and let that be your motivation for how you want to approach your project pans. Whether you want to like just hit pan on something, have X number of uses, use something up, let that be your deciding factor. Another thing that I have started to do in the past couple of years, I keep a drawer. My top drawer over here is my to be panned products. So when I have to roll something in, or a new product or project is coming up, I go to that drawer first, because I know those are products that I want to get out within that year and a half or whatever. So I always draw from those first. If you wait until the last minute, you're probably not going to plan as well. And when you don't plan as well, you don't pan as well. So always kind of have an idea in the back of your mind, or keep a drawer like me where you have products that you know those are going to be the next ones in line to go into a panning project. All right. One thing that you need to know is how long it takes to use up certain products. Knowing that, and that's a personal thing, it's a usage thing, which we learned from the experiment last year. We all use things at a different rate. For me, personally, things that take 3 to 6 months are foundations, powders, setting sprays, mascaras, lip liners, lip gloss, eyeshadow, like a single eyeshadow, not like a palette or anything, but like a single eyeshadow, brow pencil, eyeliner, that kind of thing, I can get done in 3 to 6 months. Some are closer to the 3-month end, some are closer to the 6-month end, but I know within that 3 to 6 month window, those are the products that I know that I can get done based on what I've done for the last X number of years. I knew my camera was going to overheat and cut out. So, know how long your products take to use. I can use in 3 to 6 months foundation, powder, setting spray, mascara, lip liner, lip balm, lip gloss, single eyeshadows, not a whole palette, but a single eyeshadow if I use it on a day-to-day basis, brow pencil and eyeliner. I can get those done in 3 to 6 months, whether it's closer to the 3-month or 6-month. I know in that window I can get those done. For 6 to 12 months, I can do face primer, eye primer, concealer, brow gel, bronzer, and brow powder. Again, some are closer to the 6-month, some are closer to the 12-month, but I know, again, I can get those products done in that amount of time. The hard ones are, for me anyway, full-size blushes and full-size highlighters. I generally have smaller than full size, so I can get through those a little bit faster. But if I am using a full size, I know that they're going to take me at least a year, sometimes up to 18 months. So if you know how fast you pan and how big your product is, you are going to be more able to judge what type of project you can put it in, whether it's a seasonal, a 6-month or a year project, or if you're going to have to just set a goal on that product as opposed to trying to finish it up. You do not want to put a brand new full-size blush into a 3-month project. It's not going to happen. You're just going to get discouraged, and you're going to get frustrated. So just try to bear in mind how long a product takes to finish. All right, I have, we're almost at the end. One thing that I will tell you that I learned years ago through a lot of encouragement through this wonderful painting community is do not give up. That's the one thing you don't want to do, because one, I don't believe in giving up on things unless it's absolutely futile. And this is something that is never futile. You can always go like another day and get it done, and just be consistent and get up every day, put on your face. Even if you only do like a simple face, just use the basic products, and they will eventually get done. I learned that today's progress, no matter how small it is tomorrow's empty. You may only see like baby steps today, but if you keep having baby steps every single day, that product is eventually going to be an empty. And that's the end goal. That's truly the end goal, and you will feel absolutely amazing once you reach that empty. So just don't give up, and you will eventually have your empties that you want. The last point that I want to bring up, and this is so important, is do not compare yourself to any other painter. We are all so different, so beautifully, wonderfully different, and we don't pan at the same rate. We don't have the same skin, we don't have the same faces, and we're not going to pan the same products at the same rate. Some of us have these gorgeous, beautiful, luscious lips. Some of us have full, lovely cheeks and cheekbones. I don't own cheekbones, but y'all know what I'm saying. Some of us have tons of real estate on our eyes, where others of us, if I could speak, do not. We're all different shapes and sizes, beautiful shapes and sizes, and we aren't going to be able to pan things the same rate as the next person. So it doesn't do us any justice to try to compare ourselves to other painters. We're just different. Some people like to be a little more heavy-handed with certain products, and others are much more light-handed. Some people go for the soft, subtle, natural look. Clearly, that's what I have going on here. No. But, it really just depends on your own style, your painting style, your makeup style. And just because you can go through a lipstick in a month or two doesn't mean someone like me can. I'm a lipstick person that takes maybe 6 months to finish, but I can go through eyeshadow a lot faster. But I do have a lot more real estate on my eyes. So just try not to compare yourselves to anyone else. I know a lot of people will comment, oh, you've panned something so fast, I can't pan nearly as fast as that. But you don't have the same things as whoever you're comparing yourself to. So yeah, just don't. It doesn't do you any good. It doesn't do anybody any good if you try to compare yourself to, it's apples and oranges. It really is, and no good will come of that. So embrace your own style, embrace your own beauty, and pan at your own speed. That's all I can say is, enjoy it. Enjoy it, and don't compare yourself, because it's futile. It really is. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. My kids are going crazy. I've had to stop this a few times because they're kind of, but, they're kids, and that's what happens. So if you guys have any questions about panning, please leave them down below. I'm sure I probably missed some things because this is my brain. This is me. But I did want to kind of do an updated version of this. And if I remember, I will leave a link to my original one down there, which was, it was tips and tricks, but it was more on how I pick my products for painting projects. So, I mean, it's kind of the same, only different. I know. It's clear as mud. But yeah, if you have any questions, comments, tips that you might have, put them down there in the comments, and let us learn from you too, because we're going to learn more and more every day. So I'm going to wrap this up. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until I see you on my next video, have a beautiful day. you.